Oh, hi! I was worried you aren't going to make it on time. But it's exactly 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern, by the way. Have fun and tell the boys I said hello.
Quiet on the set! Cue Rob and Bob! Willie D.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
Look at that. We did it. We decently coordinated the whole thing.
Yes.
We got the applause. You spun. We caught it. It's crazy. If that is any indication of what kind of show this is going to be, the people who are viewing right now are some of the luckiest people on the planet. Who am I?
They really are.
Yeah.
They should consider themselves lucky.
Our friends.
Yes, that too.
Themselves part of our family. I'm Bob. I hate musicals. Rob likes them.
I do.
I'm in Vegas.
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
That song was from Camelot, by the way, for those of you who don't know.
Piano Man.
You said Rob likes musicals, and I thought I'd play something from a musical.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
And by the way, a couple things too. I noticed, first of all, that Latbat's jewelry matches in the intro, which I think is very cool. There's like a star pendant going on, and then the dangling earrings match, which I like that.
Sure.
And also the whole second grade teacher vibe with the skirt and so that's a good look. You know, it's like the young teacher. She was like 29, 30, and she's your second grade teacher, you know, because she hasn't worked her way up like to college to teach there with tenure.
Right. You nailed it. That's the backstory.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then so
that's
and I'm
how
really
good AI is. You tell it that vibe, and by God, that's what people pick up on.
Also, I noticed that here it is. This little gray streak in my hair is emphasized in the caricatures of Bob.
I love that part of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's good.
So I think he's what Wheedly or something at the end. I missed it again because I didn't miss it. I listened and I thought I'd remember it. Then we talked about other stuff and now it's gone again. But anywho, and you know that's a long intro, but I am watching. I've started rewatching Pee-wee's Playhouse from the beginning.
Okay,
and which is of course what inspired that intro. But I'd forgotten that
he was at your wedding, wasn't he? I just thought I'd throw that out and just see how you react.
That was Doug Parker.
Parker Herman.
Wait, do you not know that story?
I don't know anything. No, I know none of what you're
referring to. Help me see if you can help me remember Doug Parker after we're done with this. It's 2 seconds.
Should I write it down?
Doug Parker. So I'm watching it from the beginning, and that intro is 2.5 minutes long.
They were lazy.
2.5 minutes.
I don't know
how like you're watching stuff on TV, and you click skip intro.
Yeah.
Well, this one skip it, and you still got 1.5 minutes. You can't skip it.
Well, you
have to then do the skip. Then you have to do the fast,
right.
like 5 of them or whatever. I'm trying to get the right number.
That's pretty brutal.
It is pretty brutal. I mean, I like it, but boy, oh boy, when you're binging it, like yesterday we were binging and you have to kind of sit there. It's just not, But oh my God, that show.
Well, I told you that came along when I was at the hotel. When I was at the Morrison Hotel, that's when I was introduced to Pee Wee Herman. So that's a twofer right there.
Okay, so you did see it from time to time at least.
Oh, I was in its infancy before it was even the weekly show. I saw it as it was like a special on HBO.
Oh, okay. So he was still doing the more adult show before he was doing the Playhouse.
Correct.
Right. But
that was still the Pee Wee concept, and I'm going it took me a minute.
Yeah. Well, to watch him go through an episode, and you realize like the energy he had to have, to do that. And not even if you had to take 2 takes, 1 take is a lot of energy, but then 2 when you're doing, and then you watch how he moves and like how just he couldn't give a shit to be that character. You know what I mean? To be able to, or he was able to turn that off completely, because that is one of the most crazy characters who is so out there, and yet he freaking did it. I still haven't watched the doc. Have you?
Not about him, no.
Pee Wee Herman.
I just watched one on Eddie Murphy, which was outstanding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, outstanding. Like, wow. Like most of the time I'm going, well, actually, a friend at work, my friend Alyssa, she told me about it. She goes, you'll like it. And so Friday, I go, okay, we'll take a, yesterday, right? I go take a peek, and I was right in, but she did tell me that he's not who you think. He's just like Steve Martin in that regard. And no drinking, no smoking, never got into that. I mean, and he led for a lot, Samuel L. all the others who followed after him. Because at the time, the studios were saying, okay, one black guy can have like the big black guy roles, and all the, like they're competing. It was really interesting because I just remember Eddie Murphy coming on up and laughing at all his stuff and thinking he was great, and Beverly Hills Cop and Gumby and all of it. Even the Five Guys in the Barbershop and Coming to America, that's all him. I mean, he's really this talented guy.
Sure.
But anyway, the Pee Wee thing, I'm sorry, you were saying, yes, the energy. I think of that energy a lot. I want to, think of Jim Carrey when he's doing his roles.
And also how everybody else had to play off of that character. And you've got Lawrence Fishburne in there, every week as Cowboy Curtis, which, is a real mind bender for those of us who watched him become Morpheus and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff. Just so crazy. But all those actors, and Phil Hartman was a regular as the Captain Pete or whatever it is. I mean, it's just like, and to they all have to play off that insanity and play the big characters. It must have been crazy to be there and watch that happen.
Fun, I bet.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you forget most of those folks are truly just actors. I don't mean that as I shouldn't have put just in front of them. They're actors.
Hold on.
So
I'm not prepared with I really need you to send me the drop. Yeah.
I don't know why that is. I paid over $200 for this computer. It should work just fine. So today today was all discombobulated. I know I'm getting old because I have a Saturday routine that I like. You get them, go, okay, I don't have to do a lot on Saturday. That's the first thing I gave myself kind of as a present when I got sober. As I said, from now on Saturdays, no requirements, none, zero. And if I do something, yay. But if you don't do anything, you're not allowed to give yourself crap. That was the rule because of all the decades of chewing up Saturdays being fall down drunk. Okay, so that was my rationale. And so I dig this little routine I do, and I go grocery shopping, and then get ready to do the show. And
ready to do the show. Yes, it really sounded like you were getting ready to get into song there.
Well, but you don't like musicals. So anyway, the point is today, though, I went to a party. Felicia, as Sammy's one of her best friends.
Yes. Wasn't a garden party, right? So you weren't there to reminisce with old friends.
No, didn't know hardly a soul, but I remember being there back in 23. She threw the same Easter-y type thing, except this time, Bob, the place was rolling with little people.
Oh.
3 years makes a big difference on the census.
How about that?
And it was pretty cool. There was like 30 people there and a lot of little ones. I would say at least 10 being the oldest, youngest being like Millie, not even walking yet, just crawling around. And it was wonderful. And they did the egg hunt and the whole thing. And we all brought food. So therefore, the usual, I'm going to shower and then get ready for already showered today. I went out. I did things. So the leftover tea I'm drinking here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I could have made more.
You could have.
But I chose not to because there was some there, and by golly, waste not.
Want not.
Yep.
That's what I always
Once bitten, twice shy, Bob.
Too many cooks spoil that broth.
Yep.
You should not count your chickens before they hatch, because one of them could be dead,
Right.
maybe two.
And loose lips are a sunny morning.
Mash.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Here, it's only 9 after, boys. That's a slow start. My brain's on slow.
I have stuff. I have a tech thing that I just think is fun whenever we're ready.
Yeah. Did you prep it? Is it a prep thing? You go in case Rob doesn't have anything to say.
It's not a slideshow, Rob. It's just like it's one of these things I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to say, and look at this, and this is cool, and then this is cool, and then this is cool, and now you tell me, and then we'll do, and then like that.
You came up today, though, in conversation. I forget, and honestly, I forget the context, but Mark and Kim and I were talking about you in some
friends and family group. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And it was, like I say, 3 years makes a big difference. And of course, it was good to see Millie. And then Samantha wanted, of all things,
Millie there. I always have to ask that because Millie gets you never give her any.
No, she was out in the car the whole time.
That's such a obvious bias.
Yeah. You know what would be good if she actually gets a pet and names it Vanilla.
Yeah.
So Millie and Vanilla can be in the same room like a hamster or whatever, a kitten.
Wow, those are two totally different sets of responsibilities.
Kittens. Steven has a cat. I think I told you that his buddy is overseas. And so he asked him to watch his cat.
Oh, wow. Okay, cat sitting.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The guy brought all the automatic gear. The litter box that changes itself.
Gear like weapons, I thought.
Who's
after this cat?
Steven doesn't have to do anything. Every now and then he just makes sure that the litter box, like little bag of garbage,
like a robo litter.
Everything. It turns. It looks like a big cement mixer.
Yeah.
And it spins like that, and it lights up. It looks like a droid.
It has to. It has to. What man will buy it if it doesn't?
And then there's automatic food and water dispensers.
Sure.
So there's that. So Steven basically does nothing and gets $100 a week, and sends the guy the bill for the new litter or the new food.
And look, it is so worth it. The peace of mind to just be able to ask someone, "Is he okay?" Great. That is worth the $100.
Speaking of livestock. When we were here last week, boys and girls, Bob and the whole house that was going through a mini trauma with the young cat.
Right. So here we are a week after.
So
and she's fine. She instead of wearing a cone for 10 days like she was supposed to, we got a wraparound shirt. So same purpose. She's been super great about that, giving us no issues there. Lucy, however, treats her like she's never seen her in her freaking life. And it's still weird. And she wasn't even gone 24 hours. And she came back in with that cone, But also a smell, you smell like the vet's office and 1,000 other animals. And so it's just been weird. And so we need to keep that thing on her for another 3 days or something.
Okay.
And then once that's off and there's no more medicine to take and all that stuff, we figure it'll happen because they've gotten kind of close. But that's the one kind of negative thing.
But all in all, I mean, health-wise, and the stress of the household wondering, and is it going to be okay?
Right. No, we're good there. And I'm very, 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 very grateful. Very grateful. So, yeah.
You doing big things tomorrow? This is going to be one of the first. This is my Easter thing today. I was going to this party, and I thought, well, okay, there. I got together with everyone. People are wearing pastel. Although I found it interesting too. This just popped into my noggin, Bob. I found it interesting too that a lot of the young ladies who are not as young as when I first met them, right? I met them when they were friends of Sam's when she was in high school, and now they're all starting families, and yet there's still I felt like old man with how some of them were dressed.
Oh, you mean like, well, I don't know if that's appropriate kind of thing.
Yeah, there it is. That's a nice way to say it. And I went, it was fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I have so learned that this is not our world anymore.
Ain't it true?
And so even having an opinion on something's just almost a waste of time.
Yeah,
certainly sharing it is.
There it is.
Certainly sharing it. Total waste of time.
Having the filter is smart. Something Rachel never had was the filter. That's what we used to say about Rachel. She never quite had the filter. So yeah, you can think it. You just don't say, when I go to these things now, and I love everyone there. They're all delightful people. I mean that. but you just kind of sit and observe now. You don't participate as much.
Right. Yeah. So no, you just go, yeah, it's a different world. And it is. It's totally crazy different. And
yet, I know this sounds hokey, but there's a lot of similarities. You're still dealing with the same kids are fussy or they're not fussy. They're easy to handle today. They're not.
oh yeah, some of those things will.
You got them all dressed up.
Caveman stuff.
And then they're gonna, and you want them. This is kind of like the organized fun. One of those things. We're gonna do an Easter egg hunt. We're gonna do this, and you hope they're good, and you hope the kids have a good time, and none of that changes.
Yeah,
that pretty much stays the same.
Yeah,
that parenting thing where you go, yeah,
parenting.
Yeah. Look at you. I can see things going around. By the way, I wrote down on my notes this this was something that dawned on me the other day. It says, I miss the old Bob neighborhood.
Which one? Stone.
It doesn't really make it. Well,
the one with the light, the glimmery.
Well, yeah, that was awesome. The pavement that reflected, it had bits of glass or something.
Sugarloaf, do you mean?
Well, actually, all three. The point that dawned on me, I was like an amalgam, like I'm blending it. The whole idea that you're driving, the drive was, and you came out across town too. It is across town. It was like 50 minutes, and you'd get in the car and you'd drive out to Bob's, and no matter where. And then we did all the fun crap, and howled at the moon and everything else. And now would I want it back? No, but because we would just sit around and go to sleep at 10:30, and it wouldn't be quite the same. As drinking
10:30, you are living in a fantasy world.
Yeah, I know you go to bed earlier than that, actually.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yes. But the point I'm making simply is no. So we wouldn't do all the other, razzmatazz. But it was the journey and the walking. We'd take the walks with the dogs just to take a stroll, and that shit.
We never walked though. We never walked Dolce and Remy. Right? They just ran around the yard. They didn't do well with.
No, Nutmeg.
Yeah, Nutmeg was a great walk dog.
Yes. And Corky was a good walk.
Yeah.
I liked walking Corky. He didn't like it because
he'd roll around and stuff, right?
No, that was Murphy.
Yes. Corky, totally. Sorry, I was.
No. Yeah, Corky was the half chow. Found him at those people left him in the garage.
One of the great dogs. One of the great dogs.
One of the great dogs. And I think I told you this the other day. I said it at work. Dogs are like churches. In that you don't know you're at a good one until it's gone.
Oh, I know when I'm in a good dog. Come on.
No, yeah, but you don't know how good because it's a comparison thing. Like Mary was a great dog, but was she Corky? Corky was, and at the right time, the kids were little. And so you don't need to have a dog that was any maintenance, and he wasn't. He did nothing wrong. Corky was.
Well, yeah, maintenance stresses me out with animals now. That's part of why I, was glad to not have them, because the maintenance and when they get sick, the stress is. My whole body does not need that, and then I had to deal with it. Luckily everything's fine, and overall our animals are in really good shape.
Oh, Carol's with us. Hi, Carol, and happy Easter if that's your jam.
Happy Easter, yeah, Easter jam.
Boy,
I always
on a Ritz. You got to be kidding me. Put anything's better on a Ritz.
Easter jam.
And look at that. See, now the family's all here. This is good. By the way, I noticed that the last lounge show that you post, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but that you post 83.
What? Hold on.
Views. 83 people clicked at 83.
Oh, we had 83 views.
What?
We had 80. Wow. Okay. I think your video's having to catch up, because I think I think you're good now.
I was just waiting for you to.
I mean, isn't it pathetic that sounds like it may as well be a million? Like, how did that even?
It is a million.
Oh,
it's a million somewhere. It only adds up, Bob, if you add it up.
Yeah. Boy, we said that last week, which again just seems like no time ago.
And yet 83 people also heard it last week. That's what I saw, that 83 people watched it. I didn't know that 3, other than Tracy's lovely family and the guy from across the pond.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced.
Well, maybe I read it wrong.
Well, no, I'm sure something happened. that involved clicking.
That's why you do what you do for the big bucks.
Okay,
Bob
so
is-
I want to play with the toy here with you. Okay.
Go ahead. Yes, I'm dragging ass anyway.
And so the thing you need to know about this toy is it's one of these toys that changes my look in real time. And so there's a delay. So there's a little bit of a frame lag between my voice and what you're going to see on the other side. So your brain will adjust in a second, or just look at the visuals. But so just to tell you what it is, okay? So what I'm looking at here is an interface with basically what, my camera, and then what I'm about to send this way. And then on the other side is like all of these pictures of people and creatures and whatever. And I click that, and then I become that, and I stream that, and you'll see. But beyond that, you can also just you can prompt anything, and it'll, AI generate whatever. So it gets really crazy. So let me just choose one here. It's for live streamers who like maybe stream games and stuff like that. And I'm going to switch over here, stream games and stuff like that. And then they can actually, people who are watching can request. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
People who are watching can request a particular look, like they see the menu, or they can type in whatever, and they pay for that. So like people are using this to, to earn
dollars.
Yeah, with cents,
American.
I didn't specify.
Okay.
So let me just kind of show you some of these.
I like this look. I really like
This
the
is my
jacket.
slideshow Bob.
Slideshow Bob.
So
We took the kids to see him once. They were never the same. Therapy cost a fortune.
So also all these different styles, like, so it gets my hand movement and all of that, and adheres to that style pretty well. If it's based on a picture, the likeness stays pretty well. If it's a prompt thing, it can drift. But let me just click through some others.
I like that. I liked that one. Oh, well.
Right. So you can see why this is fun. But you also see, if you look at the screen, that it's scrolling to Lulu Stream and AI generated and all that. So
Yeah.
people watching this obviously know that this is not, they're not looking at this person. So it's
Sure.
not about fooling people. They've got that safeguard or whatever. So check this one. This is, now sometimes it takes a while to go back. So this is me from like, what, 2010. So it's a little bit distorted, but this is a picture from back then.
Yeah, you had more hair.
I did.
You had more hair.
And it was less gray.
Oh, mine too. Although I must admit, I think I've told you this. I have the flesh-colored yarmulke. Oh, look at that.
This I know from experience, this settles in a little bit over time. Like sometimes if you cover your face.
Well, see, first of all, I don't have a wedding ring.
Yeah, this is from the same picture that made that model that put an apple on it.
Oh, I like that.
So you can see the more we stay in it, the more the likeness starts to go in the right direction. But I mean, it's picking up.
This guy, that looks better than me. I got, little blotches. My skin looks like crap.
Here let's see, a superhero type of, hold on, let me.
Oh, look at that.
And it imagines the whole body. I got to be careful because whenever I stand up, cords get wrapped up.
I like how you have your logo on his mask though, Bob. That's product placement, baby. That's marketing.
See, and I can turn.
Oh, look at that. Yes.
It does. It imagines the whole thing. So if you give it an entire head to toe picture, it'll give you what was in that picture. If not, it'll make up what the lower half might be. Here's like a painting style. This was a very, very far removed. Tracy was the starting point of this, but obviously
I thought there was just a hint of
she's the starting point of a lot, obviously. Claymation. I love this one here. Check this out. Look at that. I just freaking love it so much. You can get right up in there. And it'll do it'll do depth of field stuff. Like you'll see you'll see in some cases. Here is now this character actually has a hat. And so again, if I like cover up here, sometimes it'll reimagine what was supposed to be there.
Look at you, Magician Bob.
I kind of did it.
Yeah. No, I mean, people go, how did he do that? Where'd the hat come from?
And if they are holding something,
Oh, look at now you got your name on that hat. It says Bob Doyle on it. If you lean forward,
you're right. Because the original one does. But so
Okay.
the picture that creates this character is holding a little pill bottle, and
Mhm.
and that it looks like this right here in the original photo. So whenever I hold, like I can take it out of the screen and then bring it back up, and it'll still be that pill bottle because it's referring to the original image. If it didn't, it would just, it could be any cylindrical item. We can do.
I love when the phrase cylindrical item comes up in the show when we do the lounge. And
I know it should be like a secret word, like Pee Wee, where everybody. Okay, now that.
Oh, look at now the hands.
Now it looks like I just am going to put, the fork, the dogs who eat at the table.
Yeah, with human hands, it's what I find interesting there.
Right. Well, that's the bit. That's the
bit. I thought the crown was the bit.
Oh, here's one. Let's see if you recognize this fellow where he came
from. Look at that.
I love it's like if Rob was this is Wreck-It Rob.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And I was younger and had about 60 more pounds.
Well, but this is sheer muscle, man.
Muscle man.
Well, okay, I guess.
No, it looks like a few beers to me.
I don't know. I thought, okay.
And I've looked like a few beers, so I know the look. I'm familiar with that look.
Here's what I imagine Skippy would look like.
Oh, I like this.
Oh, now hold on. That's it. Here it comes. It's coming. It's coming. This brace face. Hey.
Oh,
how you doing?
I had him blonder.
Well, I just changed my hair color. I was blonde before, and now.
Yeah, I guess that, it's so funny. I saw Skippy as a blonde guy, but I do like the braces.
He originally was on that picture I did. That's,
that's right. You did a picture of Skippy one time, and it's in the archives somewhere. Oh, look, Bob has decided to go kind of Tron-esque.
And it even picks up the blinks, I think, for this. Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Imagine in 93 or 92, probably, or 91, when they came up with, hey, we can make a dinosaur move and make it look real. And now you're doing this in real time.
I know. I think about that.
They went through hell to do that, and it changed the way everything. Oh, hello there, Lat Badask. With the cross for two double cross, one on the choker and then one on the pendant on the necklace there.
And here's Handball. Remember Handball?
I do remember. Yeah,
Handball looks like. And I love the way Handball looks. And
Handball looks good.
He translates really good here.
Yeah, that's a nice look.
And he's even got the round, what happens if I pull my ears? Nothing. Okay. I could do this all. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. There is a couple more. Who's this?
Okay. Oh, that's good. Man of action.
Yeah, it's a little off, but I think it might.
Oh, he would like that though. Because he looks younger and
got the Howard ball there in his hand.
Yeah, I see that. That looks good. And everyone has the same wedding ring. I noticed that, which is interesting. All the guys have the same.
I know. Isn't that weird? It's very annoying, actually.
It's just I just pick up on the difference. Oh, look at I know this guy. I'm very familiar with this man.
Yeah, I like the way this one turned out too. And Scary Doll, but then hold on, one more like this. Oh no, this is going to be Homer Simpson. Hold on.
Oh, I like there you go. Look at you doing the whole Magic Man thing. It's like watching one of those movies like The Illusionist.
Now this one will also change. It's weird that
same wedding band. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, she's one of my characters that I use in some of my videos. Is she's still settling into actually what she looks like. So it does take a minute. Okay, so now let's do. So I told you that you can prompt it. So now you just have to give me an idea. Okay, so like give me an idea of like any kind of a person, creature, animal, even a scenario, and we can see if it can override the background a little bit. Like you could say, like Dr. Frankenstein in his laboratory. I'm dictating this so I don't have to type it. And let's just see what it does here.
Okay.
Right, so we got the laboratory, so it changed the background, but it's still a version of me. So I would want to.
You have nice hair in this. That's a good.
Saying change my. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but I think if I had said describe the face more, it would have done it like.
You have a little bit of Ted Danson going on there.
As a maid holding a mop in a mansion. She is overweight but cheerful.
Oh my goodness.
Not necessarily about that, but let's see what happens. Ta-da. Okay, so she's not in the mansion. She's still in the lounge, and I've got a
And
bottle.
she's not overweight.
She's holding a mop. Well, let's see. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, but her neck, man, there's not a whole lot of fat on that neck. She doesn't have, more chins
Right.
than.
Well, maybe it wants to be nice and doesn't want to,
No, that's fine. I was listening to the prompts. I'm just being, unless you don't want. I can't not say stuff.
Oh no, I want you to say whatever. I don't care what it comes back with. I'm just always interested in the results. So it's not always right. Like Liz.
By the way, before we go,
mustache and barbershop. Who knows what we're gonna get? Are we gonna get a lizard man? Well, we got a lizard man, but we're not in that barbershop. But he got the mustache, right?
Yeah, he does have the mustache. He's an older lizard man.
That would be so fun. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Now you have to give me a prompt.
I really, I'm vapid here. I have nothing. I've got nothing. I have nothing. I really do. Abraham Lincoln as a gymnast in Central Park.
Abraham Lincoln as a gymnast in Central Park. Survey says.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know about the gymnast. And he looks like Cliff.
Yeah,
but
he does look like
he's merging a lot. I mean, morphing a lot. That's that. Like I said, that's the thing with the prompts. It's like it checks in with itself all the time or whatever, and it's always just changing. There's also a bunch of styles that you can just click and it will change just the feed you're in. Like this is Teen Titan. We got Stranger Things coming up. Stranger Things coming down in 3, 2, 1. There's Stranger Things. Hold on, there was a couple that I thought were kind of interesting. Lego style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of fun, but
with chocolate hands.
Again, a little weird. Play-Doh style.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's fun. Barcelona.
Didn't Play-Doh come with a fuzzy pumper?
Play-Doh fuzzy pumper was something you could purchase.
Yeah, it was an add-on. Oh, look at that. That's got a little Tron action going on there too. And now we're going
Terminator. That's right. Correct. You guessed it correctly.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have gone Terminator.
He's got the glowing red eye. Oh, so you only got, if you don't refresh or whatever. Anyway. Whoops. Wait, no, sharks.
Take on Me.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't mean to go dark there. Okay. All right. Well, we will stop this now. We'll just end with this cute little one of Tracy. Bye. Okay. And now back to me. But isn't that fun?
It is. I could see where you could get lost in there.
Yeah, just getting ready for this. It was like, let me just do a couple of pictures and then, one more and one more. More. And before you know it, I got whatever's. Yeah, I could go on all day. See, Tracy says it's fun. Andy says, do the flash. Okay, hold on. I got to do the flash. I didn't know we were being watched. So hold on.
83 people.
I don't know if it'll do a trademark thing, but let's see. The Flash superhero. I will specify superhero just to give it everything, and then see what we got. Boy, it didn't change at all. I think it's really not wanting to do superhero stuff. How about this? A superhero wearing red with a lightning-based theme. Sometimes, that kind of trickery. Applying transformation to doing something. I don't know. That's great music for this, though.
Well, actually, do me a favor for a second.
Yeah.
And share my screen because this theme goes with this picture.
There it is. Oh, do it again. Sorry.
It's right there. It should be there. There it is. See?
Oh, yes. Yes.
This music goes with that picture. This is one of my favorite pictures of you.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. I saw that picture today and I went, okay, that's totally a superhero kind of thing.
Yeah, that's Bob Doyle, man of action there. Okay, hold on. Now that I know that it's listening to me, let me just try the Flash superhero again. but I don't know if it's.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Carol. See, the Easter Bunny. You should do yourself as the Easter Bunny.
You're right. Hold on.
I'm looking at the tote board.
Showing me Albert Einstein, but I think Easter Bunny will. I think.
Yeah, it's appropriate. I like the Carol commentary on the comment board on the tote board. She's in. She's savvy. She's happening. She's there.
Okay, what the heck is
That's like that Jim Gaffigan thing where they go, "What's with all the eggs? What does eggs have to do with Easter?" And he goes, "Don't worry, there's a bunny." I've always liked that line. Right?
Don't worry, there's a bunny.
The bunny, as
All
if
right,
that's
it's decided to be difficult, so I'm not gonna.
By the way, did you?
Oh, and we're past time anyway.
Yes, I knew that. I knew that at 31, and Bob was just going down, transformation lane, and I said, I'm just going to let him go. I'm not going to bring up the time. But before we go, because Tracy just chimed in that she likes the music. Do you know what theme that was? We were playing.
No, I didn't recognize it.
That was Johnny Quest.
Oh, you know what? That was what came to mind, but I had no certainty, and I didn't want to say Johnny Quest. And you go.
Well, I don't know that I would have done that, but the point is, as I saw that drawing, that style, and I went, that is so Johnny Quest. And then I go, I'm going to do both of those today on the show. I'm going to have Bob as action hero Johnny Quest, like your buddy's Haji.
Right. I never watched any of those things. I didn't like it. I hate that style of animation.
Wow, that show to me was my all-time favorite childhood cartoon. There's none better. Although I do like.
Oh, that's so funny.
I do like Tennessee Tuxedo was good, and
sure.
So there were those classics, but man, Johnny Quest wasn't like a cartoon. He was a kid, and he goes on these special adventures, and it was really I really liked it. And the music now still triggers that. Well, I can remember being 7 years old. That thing.
I had one when I was 5 years old.
Yes. Now, do we have a fancy close? Because we're way over budget.
Just keep it the piano.
Okay.
Let's listen.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.